What is going on, guys? H1 Mayo here, and today I have a very special VOD review for you guys. We are going to be VOD reviewing a consulate scrim of a champion / diamond team, and the person in the VOD review that we're going to be watching was previously champion and floats around that diamond or champ rank. This is something that doesn't happen very often on my channel with VOD reviews, so I'm definitely very excited for this, and there's a ton of information in this VOD review that can help out any single rank. So if you guys find yourself enjoying the video at any point, make sure you guys leave a like and also consider subscribing. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps out the channel by letting me know what kind of content you guys want to see. But with all that being said, let's jump into the video. All right, so here we have a little bit of a interesting submission. So we usually don't see this quite often, but we have a champ on this VOD review. So I very rarely actually get to review higher ranks. So this is really nice to have. So in this VOD review, I'm assuming I'm probably going to go over a little bit more nitty gritty stuff. Since, you know, at this level, you should be kind of having good pre-aim, understanding of audio cues, angles, map knowledge, just the basics pretty much. So yeah, I'm going to be expecting nitty gritty stuff, a little bit smaller, but very important at these ranks, because this is where you really start fine tuning yourself as an individual and player. With your skill sets. But he just says he wants to improve situational awareness. So if I see anything with this, I'll definitely go over it. But I'm actually very excited to go over, you know, a champ / diamond VOD review here. All right, so my webcam recording software literally just trolled the bag. But yeah, I would say there's a little bit too much face checking here. It's a scrim. You know, you're on a team, so you can call for drones and stuff instead of having to face check lobby, or sorry, admin. Especially when the Zofia is on copy window, which is over here to the right, like on the, it's like printer, copy, paper, some people call it different things, but she has, like, you guys have full rotations back, so this guy can't leave, so the only thing you're really going to be sacrificing is time for a little bit more information, so that way when you do peek, you know, have a lot more stable and solidified information on the enemy.
Run out right now. I can't really run.
I'm rejoining.
Holding, waiting for a drone.
Opening right window now. Back to admin.
Oh, this window should have been open the whole time.
Admin. I'm checking VC.
As soon as that Mozzie's in admin like that, be wary of the nitro that flies out the window, but still, because like it adds more pressure, right? That's why you would open that window. So you have to worry about one window instead of or sorry, two windows instead of one rather.
That was me. I thought it was a Mozzie drone. It had a blue like so. Dino, get the hatch open. I'm redroning. I'm droning up. There's a vigil up here. They have a bulletproof up top. They have head holes. Nobody's inside of.
Oh, okay, so they are lobby, I'm assuming.
Circle connector clear.
There's no way they're holding it like this if it's a garage, right? It is a garage, no?
Nice.
Am I just dumb? The video's kind of grainy, so I can't really tell, but...
Maybe not. Up yellow.
Yeah,
No way they're fighting like this for yellow, or
fell all the way down.
for, if it's garage.
He might be bathroom. No, he's in ante. He's in bathroom.
Alright, comms are a little scuffed here, dude. So, like, everyone...
Piano hatch.
So when you have top floor control on consulate, so if I just draw, like, a basic, I don't know, like, outline of consulate here, so, like, this little hump, here, spiral, so this is spiral stairs here, right? This little block over here is yellow with the Y, and then you have, you know, Visa stairs here as well, with the V. Once you have control of this, like, all of top floor, you know, piano hatch is open, you're droning piano now, you usually want to send someone top spiral. Now, the tricky thing with spiral is if they're playing lobby or anything like that, they're going to see your feet before you walk all the way down. So you need to be careful of this, and that's why you have people going yellow, as well as Visa. So Visa guy is pretty much there for cutoff. You have the 0, or you had the 0. He's unconscious now off the board. Get on cams, buddy. But he would probably go Visa, set up like 0 cams and Visa for flank. And if you guys are doing a garage take, then you would like start rotating garage wall and shit to open that. But yeah, like take Visa. You know, like you and one other can take yellow, probably Buck to do vert on garage. So you and Buck take yellow, Zoe and 0 can take Visa, or, you know, someone can solo take it if they know it's full clear, and then Zoe can take like spiral, whatever, you know, is appropriate for man count and like positioning and what's clear and what's not. So that's like very situational. That's like a basic breakdown for that, and that can apply to like any map. Now the spiral thing here in this case is a little different because again, they can see your feet before you fully walk down just based off, you know, angles, geometry of the angles and stuff like that. So you need to be careful of that and fully know that circle desk is clear in the surrounding area so that we don't get fucking smoked like this Zero did.
His wall is soft, piano clear, yellow's their side.
The hatch. I don't know if
bottom yellow's clear.
All right, so what you're doing here is called over droning. And in this instance here, I'm okay with it, and there's 2 reasons total, 1 good, 1 bad. So the bad thing is that you don't have anyone following up this information to take map control off of it. Like you drone piano, yellow, like yellow sodas, like Zulu, stuff like that, and no one's following your drone up to take the map control, right? Like you guys take piano and stuff, right? I believe, because Buck's doing vert, or he could be in CO and doing vert. But either way, no one's taking, you know, up to where your drone's going. So you need to be careful of that and not over drone, so that way you're getting the map control, right? And the good thing is that they were holding upstairs pretty heavily, so you're just trying to get site info to figure out who's rotated back site, how many people are on site. So this is a good and bad thing here. And I definitely think it's 100% fine that you are doing it the way that you are, but just in general for droning overall, that tip should be applied every time. So that's our yellow guy right there. That's the guy who was playing top yellow previously.
Can you make holes here?
Listen, if you just leave it.
Yeah, a big issue that I'm seeing overall. That's a good pick there. That's the Vigil. So Cade and probably both off site. They also just used a Nitro. If you guys heard that audio cue there, so that was Cade's Nitro. I'm assuming, because I do believe that they have the Maestro. So that's a good call that you should be calling out. No Nitros, guys. You know, for a plant situation, Nitros are commonly used to deny plants and things like that. So yeah, that's a pretty significant call that should be understood by the whole team, so that way they know they can stick plant a little bit safer than usual, since the Nitro is off the board. But big thing that I'm seeing overall with the team is comms are very cluttered. Comms are very, very cluttered, and a big reason why I see this in teams, especially with my coaching service, where I do coach teams, you know, for like full teams, and I do VOD reviews and things like that. By the way, link to my coaching service down below in the description if you guys are interested in a VOD review like this one here, where you and I get into a live session with one another. And, you know, we're in a Discord call and you can ask me questions back and forth. And we're both there actively, you know, trying to get you better at the game. But the big reason why comms are usually always cluttered in a competitive environment on a team is simply because people don't understand what each other are doing. And also there's no basic understanding. And this brings me to making strategies. Now, a lot of people have the misconception that if they have a strat on paper or whatever, they just understand what they do and that's it. Sure, you can do that, but you're not going to get far. And kind of like looking from the outside in here, I'm assuming that's most likely what's happening here, because, you know, what you guys did is a pretty default take. Everyone got on correct Windows admin side. So I'm assuming you guys have something on paper. But the next step here in terms of what's on paper and, you know, with the strategy is making sure that other people understand what they're doing and also the timing of stuff. That's a big thing, because a lot of the stuff that is being called and things like that can easily be avoided with cluttering comms by just understanding what each other are doing. If you understand what each other are doing, and the timing comes with that as well. So you know where someone's going to be at X time, you know when Buck is going to start doing vertical, you know when Ayana is going to start droning piano and things like that. That helps out tremendously. That clears comms, so that way the things that are much more important are called and understood a little bit more effectively and efficiently by the team, because, you know, comms aren't as cluttered, right? So that's a big thing and a big takeaway that I'm seeing so far, just overall for the team.
I have no flank.
So around like a minute to 45 seconds, Thermite should be rotating breach. You should be start playing yellow. And then Zoe could either go breach or you could as well, and then Zoe could play yellow. But you need someone yellow. You guys need someone, you know, doing vert, which would be Buck. You need to open wall and stuff like that. You guys are, I would say, 15 to 30 seconds behind on the clear and things like that. And another thing with the clear is yellow door should be open. I don't believe I saw it open when you took your Iona drone down yellow into the bomb site, but yellow door should be open. And the reason for that, if they're doing a full top hold, right? Like they were wanting to hold top floor a little bit. You know, try to waste some time, shoot some drones, and then fall back. But yellow door needs to be open, and this is something that I completely forgot about as well. And the reason you open yellow door is because that's one of the 3 primary ways to rotate down to the bomb site, right? And that's the closest because it goes directly into the bomb site from the staircase. So if you hold yellow door, hold that cross down. That Cade that came up yellow earlier round when you were fighting him through con to top yellow, he probably would have died trying to rotate down yellow, or he wouldn't have rotated down at all. So now, you know, in this situation, it would be a 4v1 on the bomb site, potentially. I'm not saying it is, but, you know, Siege is unpredictable. It could have been, you know, that 4v1 Cascade is off the bomb site because he wasn't allowed to rotate down yellow because the door was open and someone was watching it. So that's something to look out for the next time. Pretty much any time they're holding the basement in some fashion, yellow door should be open, so that way you add that pressure.
Jack, there might be one on by me. There might be one over here.
I'm trying to get a yellow cam.
I got one kid.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we're 25 seconds left. Like, yeah, see, yellow door isn't open.
Okay. Get ready for the slings.
Yo, peek pipes when I open this.
Okay.
Yo, I'm opening it.
You need to be swinging, try to get picked. That's a good pick. Back white, security.
Security. Nice job.
I'm gonna drone out admin. Mozzie got my drone. Mozzie has 2 pass left.
There's no main.
Okay, so this is some of the nitty gritty that I was talking about earlier. Trust your droners. Like here in this instance, it would maybe be like Buck and Thermite or Zero and Thermite. You and Zoe should probably be entries here, like first and secondary entry. But trust your droners, and this is the thing that with timing again, like you should kind of be ready and expecting for a drone to be in already if you're putting in the reps as much as you know you should be with your team in this map and stuff. That's how fast things should be happening, and once it gets to a point, you should be kind of expecting things from people because you know what they're going to do before they even do it. Does that make sense? That's a big step with teams and stuff. Again, this goes back to the whole calm situation where you're expecting things you don't even need to really ask for it. It just kind of happens because it's happened so much. You fall under this expectancy and reliance, if that's the word. You rely a lot on, you know, these things that your teammates are doing and stuff, right? Because you should be leaning on your team. But yeah, you shouldn't be droning here. You should be holding crosses in admin. That's your job, you know, as the entry, as someone who's playing the windows, and then have your droners do their job of droning. So just hold angles. As an entry, you usually want to be droning a little bit later round because your support players most likely will have their drone shot because they are droning you in early round. Does that make sense? So entry fraggers are usually there for like setting up flank drones if the drone eco is a little bit higher than usual, or droning when you get closer to the bomb site and things like that. A little bit of face checking here going on. I mean, the only reason I'm mentioning it again is because you did it like pretty significantly last round. Again, trust your droners, you know. Hey guys, can we drone pro? If you're unsure of something or whatever it is, if you ask for a drone or ask for like info and projector, right? Which is pro for the people who don't know. And then you have like pro balcony, or some people call it death balk as well, because it's a death trap pretty much. Like playing that spot is really, really tough. But yeah, it's like pro balk, death balk, and then like projector, some people call it meeting too, but it's just abbreviated, shortened, so it's easier to say. But yeah, like again, trust your droners or ask for a call out on a room. If someone says no info, then you ask for a drone, right? So these are kind of things that should be happening in comms if you're confused at all, or you're just not totally sure and you don't want to just walk into a room and then die to, you know, the Mozzie who's roaming here while he's sitting in a corner, right? Like that's not fun, and that's very avoidable, and also frustrating because it's a mistake that you know you shouldn't have made. So just ask. That's the big takeaway here with the whole face checking thing.
Good. They have holes all across yellow, bathroom, and one council, one yellow. This guy has holes for connection.
Okay, so here, when you see something like that, there's two decisions to make here. Because, like, you guys are spending so much time trying to get map control and stuff upstairs that it's really hindering your guys' performance late round, like second half of round at a minute 30, you know, because it's half of the round, right? In terms of taking map control, like second floor and, you know, executing the bomb site and stuff. So a call needs to be made here. Either leave upstairs and just rotate and isolate, and, you know, isolation is just like isolating an area where enemies are, so that way you don't deal with them, but you're you know, holding their cutoffs, like their yellow walk down or their hatch drop, things like that, right? Like you're isolating them in those areas until they want to rotate, and then, you know, hopefully, best case scenario, they just walk into you and you shoot them. Or someone needs to be called to go CO windows here, because if you have someone playing CO and someone playing bathroom, like, it's going to be a hell in a cell trying to walk in through projector and long desk to take this map control, man. Like, you guys are going to have to win some really nasty gunfights. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this round plays out in the second half here. But, like, this kind of stuff needs to be...
Let me go in your CO repels real quick.
Yeah, okay, so someone is rotating CO, which is good. So if you guys know that they're playing like this, this is what comes down to... Or this is what things break down to in Siege, is just adjustments. So, you know, if you know, like, in a 6-6 format, for the people who don't know or don't scrim, when you do scrim, you have, like, game day format, which is, you know, 1st to 7 wins, or you have 6-6 format, which is 12 rounds total, obviously, so that way both teams can get an even amount of reps in on both sides, so that way they can practice things and, you know, just make sure they're getting in equal amounts of repetitions and things like that. Because if it's 1st to 7 game day format, then it's a 6-1 or it's a 6-0 split rather. So yeah, like if you 6-0 a team on defense and then, you know, go to attack on the flip and just win that, then you only got 1 round on attack and 6 on defense. So yeah, if this is 6-6 and you know that they're going to go downstairs 2 rounds in a row, because it's usually like 3 bomb sites, you go 2, 2, and then 2, right? So that you get 2 reps in on each bomb site. Adjust to that, right? Like, adjust to that. And if, you know, if it happens on game day where people are playing CO, Baguette, and stuff like that, peeking long desk, then you understand that now, and now you send, you know, your spiral player, which is Buck, to CO windows early, so that way he can cut off that CO guy and he's pinched. Does that make sense? So this is just like small adjustments that have the most amount of impact, especially for your guys' efficiency of time here, because you guys are not very efficient at clearing top floor at all, and there's a lot of confusion here.
Okay, I'm getting off the repel.
Yellow stairs.
Yeah, see, we're just like, we're crouch walking up and face checking and shit.
Vigil is piano.
Like, this is you're having to do that because there's confusion and all that stuff. I would save your nades as well. Let me see if you get that nade kill now. Yeah, I would save your names. Like, I mean, look at your team's util, right? Like, you're the only one with explosives here. Like, you have gone 6 and 2 nades. So I would be a lot more cautious of your utility when, like, your Zofia dies and stuff. So that's something to look out for in the future.
I'm dropping circle.
Alright, I have yellow door open.
One spiral.
I'm going down yellow. I'm gonna clone down
Alright, can we
yellow.
start getting vert when we can? Somebody needs to watch the flanks.
Okay, so Therm is on yellow door, which is good. He opened it this time.
Yellow looked good.
It needs to be opened way sooner, man. Like, someone needs to spawn gas spawn. It could be the Buck here, honestly, or the Zoe, because Zoe does have Claymore. So if she opens yellow door, like, she can clay her own run out on yellow door for her CO repel. And then Buck can just rotate and fill Zoe's spot, so you guys can, like, flip those ops. Or Zero could go CO as well. I'm pretty sure Zero has Claymore, right? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like, there's just small micro adjustments that you guys could be doing that should be happening that aren't. And that's, you know, like, it seems like such small stuff of just positioning different operators in different areas, and different starting positions, and just doing, like, small stuff like opening barricades, someone goes CO windows earlier and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, it adds so much. And you're, like, you know, at a higher level especially in competitive environment, every inch that you gain equals a mile. Like, it goes such a long way. And any ounce of leverage that you can get over the enemy is that much more leverage, right? And you always want that. You always want to have the bigger stick in the fight. So yeah, just these small stuffs and little adjustments are the overall big compounding effect that's your team's kind of big letbacks so far.
I have a cam for Visa.
Okay, so when calling out drones and cams and shit,
Give me a second.
call out drone number. Especially on a team, call out drone number, please. Because on a team, I'm expecting you to get on cams, be a good boy. You know, get on cams, do your job. And if you, call that cam out just a little, or call that cam information a little sooner. Well, what am I trying to say? If you call out the drone number, that person can get to the camera sooner and maybe catch that vigil on flank or that Aruni on flank, right? So if you say, hey, drone 1 flank, drone 1 visa flank, doesn't matter, just get the information out and make it as accurate as possible. Any call out should always be as short as possible, but also as informative as possible. That's like call outs 101, pretty much.
You got the
You
kid
cycle
off.
drones, I have 0 cams. Cycle drones, I have 0 cams.
I'm holding yellow.
Okay, we just say we're
Hey, it's right side white van, right side white van.
What the
He's
fuck
still
is this
back.
guy doing?
Yeah, see.
He's just peeking.
Like, so what's happening here is the first half of round, the first minute 30 of the round, you guys are pretty decent. And then once you hit the barrier of the enemy in their positions, you guys stall. And that's eating up a lot of your time for late round. And that's what's happening here. Like, you guys aren't able to get information on the bomb site, really. You guys aren't able to util clear, like clear maestros or whatever else shields, whatever else utilities on the bomb site. Like, you guys aren't having that efficiency of time to allow you to do that. And that you're losing that time in the mid round, where when you first hit that, like that Mozzie playing connector wall and that other person playing Beget for long death swing, right? So you guys need to clean that part up, and that will give you more time and allow you to, set up for site execute properly and things like that.
He's gonna have spiral, come up spiral. He's in Z. He's behind you, behind you.
Oh my god, that guy's fast. Yo, that guy wants it. He's fierce.
So, like, baited or banded, tell me, because I can get them off with my cane.
We need garage gold open. One's yellow.
Yo, fuck up, yo, go in rush.
I don't want to waste bucks.
What
Someone
is
open
this?
up yellow door.
I'm gonna
Someone
climb.
open up
I
yellow
opened
door.
it up already.
Again, you're trying to drone here too early. Like, you are an entry fragger. Do your job as an entry fragger and take map control. Like, that's your job early round. I used to make the same mistake and I used to get fucking yelled at. Like, and I learned quick, like, stop droning. Like, I get it, you want to drone, but that's not your job right now. That's just not your job. So you got to understand that. Ask for drones, take map control, whatever it is. That's your job. All right, that's your job.
How's garage?
I'm droning your cafeteria. Yo.
Yeah, you need to be on yellow door here. You can't open yellow door and then leave it. Especially when they're piano, like, that's so close to the bomb site, they could just rotate down, maybe read the bluff of no one being yellow door and holding that cross, and then just, like, flank you guys yellow or just walk all the way down yellow while you guys are deep garage and just shoot you in the back, So you got to have someone there, and that should be you, because Buck has a job to do here, you really don't. So just fill positions and try to always be doing something that is productive for the team.
Open.
How's garage? Can I enter?
Yeah, you're good. Okay.
Okay, so you're doing a good job there. So, like, you understand the concept of asking for info if you're confused or unknowing. That's good. So you need to apply that more and stop face checking them when you're, like, at their top floor and stuff. Like, both rounds they were top, you face checked.
Right now it's suicide.
You don't have Claymore? No.
One's bathroom.
Oh,
Dude, this Zoe has been,
Are you
like,
five?
first or
Five?
second pick every round.
You guys work up yellow, please?
It's
Yeah,
so
nobody-
unfortunate.
Yeah, I can.
Nobody piano, 2 bathroom.
Just one bathroom, no way with my timing.
I might be able to nade the guys in bathroom.
Yo, honestly,
And I'll go up yellow.
you guys could maybe rotate ace below and open bathroom hatch. Like, that would not be a bad play. Like, send someone, like, just keep someone below for yellow swing, because if you guys want to take, like, piano control, you're going to need someone to hold and fight the bathroom guys. So, like, honestly, sending Ace below to get bathroom hatch there would not be a half bad call. And then you could nade bathroom and stuff and, you know, hold their mirror swing and stuff on yellow. Because they do have a mirror looking into piano in yellow.
I'm going up yellow.
Vending's clear. They have barbed on your stairs. There's one.
There's one above.
He's on the mirror window. Broken mirror.
Yeah, see? That's exactly what happened.
Like,
you guys either need to open this wall here, right here, with Ace. Because Ace is on the benches window, which is the windows just to your left here in this hallway. So this hallway just to the left here, down here, and then through the double door is called benches. And that is the position that the Ace is playing, and the reason we know that is because, as you can see, or sorry, no, it's 0, so I'm wrong here. But either way, you can still rotate Ace here, but he was here, and I don't know where he rotated to, but 0's here now, and you know, this is an Ace hole. So you could rotate, like, buck the benches wall, that is soft, and then he can ace the benches wall, and then, you know, you guys can cut off the swing and stuff off this broken mirror window that's looking at yellow. So it's all about angles and pressure here are the biggest mistakes right now. At least for the overall team. For you, I would say, not understanding what the team is doing and not filling positions. Again, you know, holding yellow, walk down and stuff for garage. You should be doing that and allowing Buck to go do the vertical. But yeah, that's like, again, the nitty gritty as I expected at the beginning of this VOD review. Like a lot of other stuff like gun skill, map control, or map knowledge. All those basics that you kind of see lower ranks struggle with. I'm not seeing that at all. So when you get to these higher ranks, it's all about fine tuning and really hammering down on very specific things.
Nobody PM. I might be able to nade.
They have barbed on your stairs.
Here you should be pre-firing this guy because he has control of angle, but what you have to your advantage, and this is something very, very, very small, but adds to a lot if, you know, it's a headshot player and things like that, which you should be aiming for the head. You have control of elevation, right? Which is going to change your head height as you either ascend or descend on the yellow stairs, right? So, you know, if this is a staircase, right, you know, just like a basic ramp pretty much. If you're walking up, your head is going to be slowly going up as you swing up, right? If you're going down, then your head height's going to be going down. Basics. So you have control of that until you hit the platform where you level out and now you're at a consistent variable of your head height. So you have control of that. So if I were you here and my teammate calls out and I probably, like, I'm going to pre-fire this window anyways, just because it is open and I know it's open because I just droned it. And there's 2 people in here, so they're most likely going to be peeking this because I also just broke the barbed wire, right? So you see how these compounding effects slowly add on to one another. Information not only from you getting it off your drone, but also information of you breaking the barbed wire, notifying the bathroom players that you are walking up yellow because they know where the barb's at, right? So pre-firing this window and also taking advantage of the fact that you do have the ascension of your head height going up yellow stairs. You see how you peek that? You were a little unsure on the angle. Just like full confident swing, literally just pre-fire adjust back, you know, onto the mirror window if the pre-fire is a little off, and you probably fry that guy like 8-9 times out of 10. I'm gonna put money on you winning that gunfight if you talk or if you do what I'm talking about. All right, so we are currently 12 minutes into the VOD, and I am also have been recording for 35 minutes. So this is getting a little lengthy. So I just did 3 rounds on attack, so I'm gonna do 3 rounds on defense because I don't want to, you know, sit here and spend 2 hours reviewing a VOD, you know, because just I'm probably gonna be saying a lot of the same things, and it's just gonna become redundant for the most part. But big things on attack for you. A lot of face checking needs to be fixed. Reliability on teammates needs to be, you know, instilled and reinforced inside of you as a player. Understanding when to be aggressive and when to be passive. So in that situation here, what I just said about yellow swinging and things like that, be a little bit more aggressive there. Also, you know, understand when to be passive, as well as the droning thing, right? You know, you always trying to drone constantly as the entry. Hold your crosses, take your map control, and do your job as the entry. That's your job, not droning. At least early round. As I said previously, you know, in later round when drones get shot after taking map control and you doing your job, then that's when you use your drones for flank drones or site information.
You wanna get aggressive? I can come to Spyro.
Where are you?
Get ready to swing Spyro.
Yo, hop on cams.
Yeah, see, like, this is, bad idea there. You never, ever want to do that unless you have circle info. That's a good refrag there. Still one more IQ, probably piano. Good job. Alright, now, this is...
Don't push up, we have 3v3.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job of reading these situations.
One breach.
I have a C4 for
If you can apply your mindset, I don't know how you need to do this, but if you can apply this mindset of reading situations and understanding stuff like that to attack and just gathering information and reacting off of it is what I mean more specifically, I would say. Like, you'll be, you know, much better off on attack. Now, keep in mind, you know, you were reacting off of information there, and defense, they usually have to come to you, which they did do. So, yeah, it's a little bit different of a situation there, you know, in terms of attack versus defense, but you can still kind of shift and apply that mindset to attack.
He's gonna rotate. Push your door. He's close on the mirror. Nice job. Good shit, Ty.
Let's go. You played that round well. You refragged your teammate. Not gonna lie, you kind of baited him, but it, you know, you refragged, so I can't really say much about that. And then you played circle, took the position, killed the guy benches, which is where the IQ was. That's benches hallway there, where those windows are. And then you fought the guy anti, and then realized 3v3, and you know, rotated back site, which, you know, you guys have map control, or sorry, man advantage rather, and you have control of the mirrors. So yeah, like reading situation, taking advantage of the things that you already have and the things that you just got access to was a really good job there. And then just playing site pretty much. I mean, it was just an overall good round. Like you read the situation well and you reacted to what the enemy were doing, so it was a good round.
Okay, I'm a fucking retard. I didn't.
They're on the suicide valve window, I think, DMR.
He threw a Wamai into a fucking Rooney. Oh my god. That's so funny. Okay, here you're getting a little over aggro for my liking.
No, if they didn't even open the main lobby,
Yeah, like you're getting a little over aggro there. You have no info admin side. Like they could just swing out copy. They could have a drone on you with yellow pings nowadays. Like, yeah, I would be cautious is what I would say. Just kind of think before you act, because, you know, a half decent team who knows what they're doing, like you guys were getting into admin at like 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So around 45 seconds you guys were getting into admin, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe give or take 5-10 seconds or so. And no, you know, we're 1 minute and 2 seconds into the round, so they should definitely be admin if they are taking it. So like any moment they could swing this copy door. Okay, you have audio queue in this barricade. You do not need to be holding it. You also maybe have, you know, lobby default. Again, relying on your team. You know, same thing with 4 stacking, 5 stacking, 3 stacking. Whenever I do, you know, my private VOD review sessions with my clients on my Patreon, you know, if they're like in a 3, 4, 5 stack and they're not utilizing their team, then what's the point of playing with your team, right? Like you're just 5 solo queue players queued together. So ask your teammates for things. If no, I guarantee you at least one person on your team right now has the ability to watch cams. No one's actively fighting. You know, no one, like there's no attackers on the bomb site. So tell them to get on lobby cam. You should have someone flicking cams early round, just so that way you get information on the general attack and what operators they have as well, in case they 6-picked, right? But yeah, like you should be flipping cams anyways. But if you need to, have someone watch lobby default, have someone watch spiral default, and you also have the audio queue of the barricade, right? So like listen for that. You don't need to watch it, listen for it, because now you watching it puts you in a really bad position for copy, which is that room there.
Yo, might be flatting here.
No, nobody planning. I gotta pick main door.
Call your operator. That's lion.
Planning.
Always call your operator.
Planning it by like anti.
Already wait. I'm
Yo,
done.
yellow.
Let's go.
Nice.
All right, last one's gonna be outside most likely.
He's on rappel.
Dead.
Dummy. What are you doing, bucko?
We're all outside.
That was a good round. Read the situation. Well, you guys had to react to it. I would like to see you guys be prepared for it. There's a big difference there of what happened this round. I would like to see the preparation lead you guys to the victory of the round and not the reaction. Because preparation is always going to be better than just reacting to them, right? Because you're prepared. Does that make sense? You're just prepared. So yeah, that's the biggest complaint I have right now. For you on defense, you're playing exceptionally better than you did on attack. I don't know if it's just operator selection on Jaeger. Maybe you're just really, comfortable on Jaeger, or you just weren't feeling attack. I'm not sure. There's a lot of different variables that goes into performance from attack to defense. Just try to, not necessarily apply the mindset, but apply whatever works for you and try to, use that on attacking. Of course, in the appropriate way of an attacker, because attack and defense are different. So yeah. Yeah, you're definitely playing way better on defense. I will say that much.
Yeah, get both.
Yeah, I'll get all 3 hatches done.
One thing I also will say about looking at the scoreboard there is that it doesn't seem like you allow your performance to control how you play. A lot of people have this issue, especially more aggressive people and more aggressive roles. Like you're playing Ayana, Mozzie, and Jaeger. Those are pretty aggressive operators, like roamers, kind of not actively looking for gunfights, but usually you can predict that like those operators are going to be the first ones to be fighting in a little bit more aggressive positions. But it doesn't seem like you allow your performance to dictate and allow you to get bloodthirsty. I could be wrong. I need to see you play more games and perform well, and I also need to see you play games where you perform poorly, because it usually happens a little bit more when people play poorly. It allows them to get inside their own head of I'm playing bad, and then that feeds into itself like a cycle, an ecosystem of bad thoughts and just poor performance, right? And it takes a lot to break that, and most people struggle with it a lot. So I'm happy to see that you can not only have the confidence and the gun skill of being able to perform well, but also not allowing that performance to control, your decisions and, make you get bloodthirsty and things like that for more and more kills. Now that I said I'm probably going to eat my own words, because that's how the VOD reviews work half the time, but we'll have to see.
I'm stuck now.
One's on printer repo.
I'm not stuck, but I ran.
I think one's suicide.
CEO repel.
I see, there's like a drone connector.
On suicide?
Oh, this guy's in there like swimmer. Holy shit. Yo, Korn was not playing on the CO take for sure. That guy wanted the map control like no other.
Lion lit French.
See, like, this is what I'm talking about here. Like, you're not really over peeking. Like, you hear these guys and you're peeking off information, which is really good. Like, you're not holding angles, you're not face checking like you did on attack. And to be fair, like, on attack, you didn't need to face check. But, like, you understood that we're low on time and we're still on the top floor in the garage. So, like, something needs to happen here. And you kind of did that. But I would still like to see you communicate it and, also ask for drones first before you do that. Now here, you need to be asking your teammates for help, because you are in a sticky situation, my friend. So yeah, you gotta ask your teammates for help here for this lion kill. Like, if you die, at least get, you at least get refragged or whatever. He's injured.
Already stay alive inside of archives. Play archives. Stay alive.
No, there's no real reason to use your nitro there. You still have mirror pulse, which is good. For nitros. but you don't need to because you know that there's people admin side too. And if you just do basic count of who's killed who, that'll tell you that the last 2 people are admin side.
Yes. Waste the fuck out of their time. I will roam around you.
Yeah, so that's Ace, and then there's one more. I believe it's Ash. I could be wrong. I know it. I know last 2 are admin side though, or at least.
By the way.
There's one like
C4
way
Visa.
top admin. I didn't get the phone. I only see 1 admin. There's 2. There's 2 admin. 2 admin.
Tell me when to C4 for Visa.
Yeah.
I'm halfway down Spiral. Up Spiral.
You don't need to play so aggro.
One's like
Okay.
vending machine right now.
I fall back. I'm gonna open Arctep Satch.
We have 2 C4.
Yeah, so I was. It could be Ayana. I was correct on the Ash call though. Potentially, it could be Ayana with G36C as well. But that is a G36C and AK-12. Let's see if I'm right. Because I always keep count of where people are in their positions and based off gun audio. So it is Ayana, okay. So I was wrong.
I'm out of my skin.
I was right on the Ace call. Most likely, I hope it's not a Fuse AK-12 because
What the fuck?
yes, it is Ace.
He's
Yeah, that guy fried your pack. But yeah, I always keep count of positioning and stuff based off gun audio and how the guns sound, just because I know what every gun sounds like. So I can tell like where people are positioned, the enemy, based off the audio of their gun. Which is a really good skill set to have. But yeah, like like you need to understand the position that you're in, right? So you have top control right now. You don't have nitro, so you don't really need to rotate below because you can't do much from there. But you have top control, and you can also flank the bomb site. So like if you AFK in a 4v2, like circle desk or something, and just watch your like anti-walk up and then tell someone to sit in your spiral or circle cam, then like you can just AFK and circle desk like behind cover, hold your anti-walk up, and then just flank whenever they go for site execute. So that's the discipline I would like to see you have there. I will say that you over-peaked in that situation, and you didn't play the advantage that you had. Does that make sense? So just play the advantage that you have. You even told the Aruni that was halfway up spiral when she called and you looked at her, like you told her we don't need to play so aggro. Like you don't need to either as well, right? Like that applies to everyone. You guys still have nitros, you guys still have double the man count, and you guys are probably gonna have pretty decent time to your advantage as the defenders for them having to go for site execute and forcing plant stuff. But that is going to be everything for today's VOD review. If you guys enjoyed or learned anything from this video, make sure you guys leave a like. Both of those things really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, and it lets me know if you guys want to see more of these videos. Also, if you guys go below in the description, you can find links to all of my social media as well as my coaching service. So if you guys are interested in a VOD review session like this one here with a guaranteed amount of time of 1 hour for our session, there's a link to the Patreon down below in the description where you can find all of the info you need and more. And also, I do coach console players. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. I'll catch you guys in the next one.